Hey guys, welcome back to Tip Tuesday. My name is Matthew Sturkey with Stone Mill Log and Timber Homes. Thanks for joining us. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about tips for obtaining building permits. This week, we're going to go a step further, start talking about the construction process. We've been covering a lot of pre-construction. Now we're going to start getting into construction and what are the tips or what are the next steps in essence after you've obtained building permits. And so for those of you who haven't started your infrastructure, that's what we're going to talk about today, and tips for beginning that infrastructure process and what things need to go in, what things need to be considered. And there are 4 tips for today that we're going to talk about, or 4 basic essentials for getting a project started if you haven't already. One is going to be getting your driveway cut in, getting a good access road cut in from the main road all the way to the building site. An access road that is nice and compacted, nice and wide, has a good wide culvert at the road where your delivery vehicles can access from the main highway and access the building site to get to where the project is going to be built and deliver materials and get labor force in. So the first thing and the first tip is to start working on clearing and getting a driveway or a road cut into the property to the building site. And then along with that road, you're going to want to make sure that you have power in place. You're going to bring a temporary power pole in. You're going to bring power either underground along the side of the road or the driveway coming in from the main road, or if you're doing above ground, you're going to come in with power above ground to a temporary power pole. You want to start reaching out to your power company to notify them and to get all that set up. So it's important to get power in because most every sub is going to need power during the building project. And so temporary power is one of the first steps that you'll do after obtaining a permit when you start working on infrastructure. And then 2 other items that come along with that are going to be your water. Or if you're doing a well, start getting connected with your well core driller and also your septic system. And if you're going to be doing city water and city sewer, which is not typical with a rural building project like this, you'll want to talk to your septic company. You'll want to get that whole process started with your drain field and your septic tank, and then coordinate where that's going to be in conjunction to where your well is going to go. So start meeting with your general contractor, start meeting with those subcontractors for clearing the site, putting a road in, getting power in, getting a septic system done, getting well done. If you have a general contractor, of course, you're going to be meeting with him. One of the things and one of the tips also before all that starts is to place and go ahead and stake out where you want the house on the building site. More than likely, this is already going to have been done. You're going to already have completed this process or this step. But if you haven't, go ahead and make sure because once you determine where the house is going to go on the property, everything else kind of falls in line from there, from the driveway or the road to where it's going to go, to where the power is, where the temp pole is going to set, where the well is going to go and get drilled, where the septic system and septic drain field is going to go. That is actually already predetermined by your environmental department. So they'll go ahead and tell you where that is. So if you're on a septic system, you already know where your drain field is going to go. They will already have had you stake out the house to be able to do that soil test to show where that drain field is going to go. So those are the 4 tips for today. As far as next steps or tips for getting started in construction after you've obtained building permits. Hopefully this has been helpful. Please feel free to call us anytime for assistance along the way. And we look forward to you joining us next week for more Tip Tuesday. Until then, stay safe and healthy. Enjoy this beautiful weather and take care.